Well, hello, my beautiful, beautiful, lovely people out there. We're going to be talking about the Idaho 4 case. That was our alert going out to let people know we're going live. And I want to thank you for showing up. It is a bizarre time, but when an epiphany hits you and your mind gets blown, you got a platform, you want to share it right then. And I was busy because of the dogs and all that, and outside. I also had to take Jack in because today he will no longer be able to father children. He is getting neutered. Um, and so he's at the vets. I'm waiting on a call, and I'm spending time with my dog, and I'm listening to the media roast this alibi with Kohlberger. They're basically saying, like in their thumbnails, ha ha ha. Apparently, the alleged assailant, is stargazing while the murders happen. And they're making a big thing of it. Um, and I happened to look up at the sky. And I thought to myself, OMG. Because it all hit me at once. And I was thinking, I'm about to take you down a path that there is no denying. Kohlberger has taken the one photograph, the one, well, maybe multiple, but the one type of photograph. And it happens to be of the universe. And I have always said that the universe is going to tell the truth and set justice straight. And in this case, it's literally the stars aligning for true justice. Now, a lot of people are scoffing off the idea that you're alone in the middle of nowhere. Your phone isn't hooked up to any network, and you're out stargazing, and you took a few snapshots. How is that going to prove anything? You need an eyewitness. Actually, the picture of the stars where you are is better than any eyewitness that ever breathed air. Because if you think about it, well, we're going to get into that. Welcome, everybody, to 1111 True Crime. I love you guys. How's Dana Lynn doing? Cherish 63, Courtney 614. Hello from Indiana and Louisiana. We have everybody from all over the world. Hey, light it up. Tell me where you're from. That'll be cool. We'll get to see some far off places like Michigan, which is actually pretty close to me, Debbie Clark. You are watching a live broadcast. So if you aren't, you are then watching replay. And I appreciate my replay audience so much. The replay crew feeds the algorithm, which helps get the information out there, supports the channel, and what we do here. Thank you guys so much for that. Now, you also have a fast forward button. If you are on replay, feel free to use it at your leisure. You're always in control of all the buttons that you choose to press. We've got Ohio, Illinois, Iowa, Texas, Maryland. Beautiful, you guys. Ontario, Canada. I almost said Canadian. Connecticut. Wow. All right, you guys. Hello, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. Hello, Dallas, Texas. Let's get rolling because I can't contain this anymore. There is some ironic feeling to this of pleasure as I deliver this information I'm about to share, because it's like the universe saying in your face, you can't get away with nothing. So we're going to take you on a little journey. You actually are going to play a role that you are on a ship out to sea. There is no cell towers anywhere. Your crew and you get into a storm. You become the sole survivor in a little dinghy, a little life raft, and that ship sinks with all your comrades. Now, the only thing you have on you is your cell phone. There are no cell towers. However, it's night. And you can take a picture of the stars as you drift along your way. And all of a sudden, here comes a Navy ship the next day, and they rescue you. And they say, "Do you know where the ship went down? We don't have it on radar. We need to go see if there are any survivors. There could be air pockets." And you say, "I have no idea where it was." And the guy that has the smarts and credentials and knows that the night sky is a map with latitude, longitude, and itself, the placement of the stars, is an exact timestamp of your location and your time. So it gives you exactly your whereabouts when you were. And the guy says, "Did you take any pictures?" And you say, "Yeah, I took a picture every 5 minutes." He says, "Well, give me that, plug it into the computer. It's going to lay the map out." Yep. And it's going to be able to figure out exactly all the way back to where that ship sunk with your comrades. Because the stars are a satellite star network map. That is why astrology is used so widely. That is also used, the study of the stars and the placement of the planets, is what our naval mapping is based on. And so if you're alone in the desert and you need an alibi that you're alone in the desert in the middle of nowhere at night, go ahead. Take a picture of the sky, because the metadata is going to tell you the time the picture was taken. And the stars in their exact placement are never going to be there in your lifetime again. They are a universal thumbprint. And that universal thumbprint gives you the latitude, the longitude, the GPS, as well as the exact time that you stood exactly where you took that picture. Boom! Satellite, baby, use a bah! Right? Kelly Mack, boats have used the stars thousands of years. So I have to take a moment and I have to say thank you, universe, for giving us this beautiful hope and in your face prosecution. Where the hell did you get a knife sheath with a guy's DNA on it if he was never in that house, not even in that town? I'm just saying. You found yourself a patsy, in my opinion, that didn't connect to the internet, and you thought you had it locked down pat. But the reason this guy is about to get on the stand, Cy Ray, and give it all he's got is because it's scientifically a lockdown. Any AI computer system can take that picture off that phone and digitally put a pin stamp with a time exactly where that picture was taken from. And it's like right in your face, because you cannot deny scientific evidence. Talk about reasonable doubt. You can't be in two places at once. So I came on here waiting for the vet to call, so I don't have a great deal of time, but I want to chat with y'all and get your thoughts on this. Here's the thing. When the evidence is all coming out, is that maybe why Brian said in the beginning, "I can't wait to be exonerated"? Because he might have chose an improper word, or maybe somebody put the word in for him. But if he had given this alibi before, they would have somehow used it against him, because it's like they're creating the scenario of what they want you to believe took place by changing the narrative, changing the time, changing the motive, changing everything about the case to fit a suspect. It's kind of like saying to the suspect, "What size glove you wear?" "Oh, we got an 8. You wear a 9? Hold on a minute. Hey, Bob, stretch that glove out. Stretch it out." Okay? They finally screwed themselves because they counted on it. And you know what? This is my humble opinion. But you don't hire a rookie to do a man's job. They're wet behind the ears. They're too eager. And they might want to look like the lead head dog in the fight. They might be biased. They might find something that nobody else found the first time around, even though allegedly it's laying right in plain sight from the doorway. It's time to get real. The prosecution's case is crumbling before their eyes. Brian has not stalked anyone in the universe. As God as his witness, and the stars in the sky and planets are aligned, that his night sky picture is absolute proof because it is a Skynet map that cannot be duplicated again in the near future. No, it's a thumbprint. So sometimes we need to step away from the case. We need to take one dog to the vet and the other one to go play with them in the grass and just look up at the sky and see what the universe is whispering to you. Because sometimes it'll blow your mind. Because my mind is blown like OMG. Tarot Destiny says, did you see the Santa interview he did on Today? He said they had the wrong guy. No, I didn't see that. I got to see that. Somebody send me that link or post it in the community tab. Hey, Rockstar. Cy Ray lets the evidence lead the way. Oh, I guarantee you he knows his stuff. In my opinion, I know. I've done astrology. I know how the planets work. I mean, you have thousands of years of people. Oh, well, let's just go back to the Egyptian days. Why do you think they built the pyramids? For landmarkers, in my opinion, and other things. They're mocking the stars because it's a time stamp in history when the stars are aligned to this way, and it only happens so often. Hey, Wildfire. How you doing, love? Thanks for modding today. Hey, Joyful. Thanks for modding. So I think this is like, I don't know why anybody else isn't talking about that, because all I'm hearing out there on the mainstream media is this, he says he was alone looking at the stars, stargazing. And I'm like, what do you think your naval team is doing out in the ocean at sea? And if they take a picture, you'll know where that ship was. Exactly. And what time it was there. Because that is navigation in its system. South Florida. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Kelly Mack, bingo, there are pyramids on all 7 continents. I believe that true as well. I watch a lot of that, old ancient history. Lisa D, I have so many photos on my phone and camera of the moon and stars too. Well, and you have to consider that somebody that is away from home, okay, which you would be if you were Kohlberger, would be more in tune to look at the sky, in my humble opinion, because you feel like you're sharing the same night sky as your family. And so it can take away a little bit of the anxiety. Like, I live 1,000 miles away from my real dad. And anytime I think of my dad and I want to be closer, I can always go outside and look at that moon or look at that stars and think to myself, he's probably looking at the same sky I am. And so there's other reasons, of course, but these are what came to mind. Thank you, Joyful Dolphin. You said, you got it, Mama D. And you say, I love the constellations. I studied a long time ago and everything about it. I love it. It's beautiful. Thank you, Joyful. Yuzaboss says, the thing is, regardless of the info, there are so many people that are suspicious. What the hell? Well, you got to remember, the media was put on a gag. The courts were put on a gag order. So the mainstream media was still getting information like the PCA, like they're going to come out with this whole, and guess who writes the PCA? The guy that finds the knife sheath that nobody else could find, that has this guy, Brian Kohlberger's DNA on it, when he's looking at the night sky and actually photographing it for proof, which, eyewitnesses are great, but hey, what do we have in the Jack D case, right? If you look over in Idaho 4, you got Jack D has a eyewitness, Adam Lotta, that he was in his room sleeping. Well, Adam Lotta has Jack D because Jack D knows that Adam Lotta was there. What kind of eyewitness is that crap? I got your back, you got mine. But now, if you take a picture of the night sky, Uh, the universe is neutral. The stars don't care what you're doing. The planets don't care where you are. And your phone records digital data just like a star Skynet that locks you in. So, how many of you, let's see, can we do a poll? Oh, shoot, I can't do a poll from here. Let me look. There's got to be a way. No, I can't do a poll. I would have to go live. All right. I'm going to give you a poll. You're going to hit 1 or 2 or 3. How many of you are now suspicious of Brett Payne becoming from rookie to lead investigator on the Idaho 4 case and finding the knife sheath with all the new information coming out from the defense about Kohlberger's alibi, about Kohlberger not stalking any victims? So 1 is, I'm very suspicious. I'm very suspicious. Like, what the hell? What the heck, Batman? What you doing, Brett? 2, no, it doesn't change my view. I absolutely trust Brett Payne to do a good job, and I feel that now we have to figure out how that got there if Brian didn't do it. 3, I think Brian did it. Everybody else should just forget about the evidence. Brian did it because the media told me so. I'm even going to give you 4. You legitimately think Brian Kohlberger did it. So give me a 1 if you're suspicious. 2, okay, never mind. Everybody's got a 1. Chair63 says 1111, which is our channel. Yes, water is wet, says Yuba. We'll bring receipts next time, says Tarot Destiny. Yeah, I have no receipts other than it's just absolute fact that the sky, you take a picture of the sky, you have an actual latitude, longitude, and timestamp of the location you're at. So, boom. Proling Queen. Most people got angry when I said what I felt a couple years ago, but I don't think he did it. And if he did do it, he didn't do it by himself. There were more than one person, and they also cleaned, to be honest, in my opinion. Georgia, well, welcome, Linda Sandelli. Welcome. We are aligned like the planet, Sandra. And it was funny because I was listening also to some well-known people that do YouTube, Peter, I'll just say, that throw away the psychics and throw away the tarot readers and trash all the astrologers. And then it happens to be astrology that will prove the case and the universe stepping in. And it just strengthened my faith because astrology can't lie. Right, Karen, Texas, astrology does not lie. Glinda says, Henshaw says, never a motive. Joyful says, not guilty. Dana Lynn, as I said months ago, you're telling me of all the people that went to look up M&K body, didn't see the sheath, then Payne and Fry get back from their hunting trip at 4 or 5 o'clock, and Payne walks in and voila. I added the voila. I mean, you know, if any of you are familiar with the Stephen Avery case, Brett Payne and Fry, or Brett, I'm going to leave it at Brett Payne finding that knife sheath, all right, is equivalent to me, in my mental equation, to Kohlberger and Link finding the key in Stephen Avery's bedroom after 8 searches by highly intelligent forensic teams, laying in plain sight, when they're the ones working for the boss being sued for $36 million. And it was the key evidence. Let's get real. This case is blown up before it gets into trial. The evidence is crumbling. Donald Floss says it's the magical knife. Karen, Texas believes that they pinned it on an outsider. That's what I'm saying. It's brilliant as an alibi, Tarot Destiny. When I put a post out there, what are they called, thumbnail, and I say mind blown, oh my gosh, or OMG, you guys know I don't do clickbait Hey, my mind was blown up I put that. Sherlock Kendra Stargazer, hello, and you're nailing it. Exactly, Mama D. Patsy, says Linda. The tides are turning. You're not going to get away with it if you're a narcissist and you're pushing a false narrative and you're trying to frame somebody innocent in 24 or 25 or 26. These years, astrologically, the universe will literally tell on you. And you want to tell me, oh, Danny, you need to get your tinfoil hat. I'll fold that damn thing up and put it on myself. Because you go over there and you look at the Dylan Rounds case in your face. Because the killer himself is being photographed, videotaped actually, by the victim's phone while he cleans blood off his arms and off his gun. And his shirt is loaded. They test the shirt. It's the victim's blood. He threw his phone, the victim's phone, in the pond. They drained it, found it. Guess where Brenner's sitting? You feel me? The universe will tell on you. It's truth. I feel like we got to play our song, y'all. I'm celebrating at this moment that the universe is proving that it hears our prayers right here. That the truth, and that's all we ask for. I always said, somebody give me enough evidence that proves Kohlberger wrong, and I'll be like, done. Lock him up. Do what you got to do. Get justice served. But it wasn't coming. And in fact, it's falling apart. All the evidence is falling apart. Right, Power Pack says the sheath was under the body. The investigators didn't have to move the bodies right away. Well, that is not what the PCA says either. There were no bodies moved. Or it would have been written in that statement that once the bodies were moved, the knife was discovered. But it doesn't say that. It says viewing from the open doorframe. So it isn't that the bodies got moved and revealed it. No. You can't fill in extra pieces to the PCA and be like, well, it's because of this. No, it's not. Robin Ward says, I think the universe has always told on people and made things right, but it used to take longer in some cases. Hey, Dana Lynn, you say, I'm not going to say BK is innocent or guilty completely, which is fair, right, you guys? Maybe he gave some advice to some people and didn't know what he got himself into. We know it took someone in BK's knowledge to pull this off. Well, I don't. Dana, you got your group, I guess, but I don't know anything of the sort. As far as I know, Brian was going to school, doing his thing. I mean, everybody gets so mad because he's goes back to school like there was nothing changed, like there was nothing. How could he do that if he killed more people? Well, maybe he didn't kill nobody. Maybe that's how he went back to school, like it was just another day. Why didn't he take off sooner? Why did he wait forever? Seriously. Pumpkin, those who lie know the real MRDers, Red Rum, are walking among them. I don't know how they live with that knowledge. I don't either. Cooking with Kiwi Saturdays at home. Hello. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say, they never said that the wounds were from a K-bar knife. Such a strange case. Curiouser and curiouser, isn't it, folks? Hey, Night Nurse. Hello. You say not guilty. Hi from West Virginia, I believe. Hey, Jack Johnstone. Yes, Ray has brilliant-looking resume. That was disputed by a Colorado judge. Let's see what remedies Ray has for a partial data analysis. Southern says, I believe for a long time BK was guilty, but the last 6 to 8 months have started questioning what was going on. Now I believe he is innocent. Rachel Smith, hello. You say Kirk Schultz, BK's president and Corgi owner, just announced his resignation. BK's president and Corgi. I don't know what that's about, love. Sherlock Kendra Stargazer says the man got a haircut and went to the doctor. Cognitive dissonance of mass is astounding. Would you go to the doctor after you just committed a crime? Would you? Or would you be leery? Like, they're going to be looking at my nails, my hands. They're going to be studying my hands because you're always, as a medical profession, a lot gets told by the hands, the nail beds, the shape of the nails. If you've got any type of poisoning or toxins in the system, you can tell by the moon shape on the nails. So doctors, physicians will look at the hands quite often. Also, the strength of the hands. So when you do a normal checkup, you're going to be looking at the person's hands, check their reflex, check their breathing, their ears, their heart rate, blood pressure, your basics, just to get a feel of their vitals. You might run a toxicology report if they're feeling ill to get some sort of blood count on their white count. See if that's high enough or if it's too high, what's going on. But the basic idea is you're going to ask them to get down to your undies, put your gown on, and you might even have the doctor once in a while check the back of your heel, check your reflexes, and even go through and touch your toes. You going to put yourself through that if you just took out 4 people? I'm asking. Tina Marie says, thank you, innocence. Innocent. Rebel Mort says, oh, if they are just living with the knowledge and not trying to make people aware, if they can without putting their lives in danger, then they are part of the problem. Lord, it is. It's scary to think that, we're really at square one and we've had this hurricane over here going on to distract us so that a multi-million-dollar game plan can happen without interruption. It will blow my mind if that's what this turns out to be. Sherlock Kendra Stargazer says regarding the Colorado judge, I live in Colorado. The judge was admonished and it was overturned. It was ridiculous. Thank you, Sherlock Love. And welcome. We are so grateful for all of your opinions. Even if you believe he's guilty, we're here to talk about it, right? We have no hate. We have all love in our heart. Prelude Queen says, I wouldn't, and they should have checked every college person, maybe prison too, every college person that they were friends with for scratches. Hey, sassy lovely, how you doing? Hold on, y'all. Let me check the phone, make sure the vet didn't call. Nothing yet. He's doing good then. They said they were going to try to keep him sedated, and comfortably resting and bring him around nice and slow. So they said I should be able to pick him up in around 3-ish. Carrie says, love to be a fly on the wall in Bill Thompson's office about now in that brat house. I'm telling y'all, this case is literally falling apart. Shanty to you says the statement says she was, quote, placed. Odd wording. Why not found laying? Why placed indicates an intentional action? Well, I just got done telling you, which now that you've mentioned it, that is true. I just told you people are going to tell on themselves unintentionally, just blab it right out. I just asked the question. How many of you felt suspicious that Brett Payne, being the rookie, is the one that happens to find the only piece of evidence on Brian Kohlberger, who happens to just serve in the same kind of 82nd Airborne Division, not at the same time, but the same airborne division as Brett Kopaka, who happens to get swatted. One gets swatted right off the face of the earth, even though he's a Purple Heart, and one becomes a lead investigator in the Idaho 4 case. A little too quinky-dink for me. I smell a rat. So, why did he use the word placed? Because words are confessions, in my opinion. Dana Lynn, I go out to the country to look at stars and such. I have to get away from the city lights, and it's very healthy to do that. Very healthy. To clear your mind. Stress is the biggest killer there is in society. Literally. Stress leads to heart diseases and all kinds of problems. Stomach ulcers. It kills us. If you have enough intelligence to realize that you need to pull away and release that pressure valve and be like Brian Kohlberger and go look at the stars, take a photograph so that you have literal Skynet proof where you were. and listen to your favorite songs. M. Carey, the Cowboys, are suspicious as well. Rachel Smith, and just happens not to activate his body cam while attending Hannah Cleary's unaliving, is what I've heard. I added, is what I've heard, because we've got to cover ourselves, in my opinion, type thing. As is here. Hello, love. You say, you know the phrase, quote, when Irish eyes are smiling. Did anyone else see that cheap trying to hide a creepy set of eyes? Oh, Lord. Dana Lynn says, no, that's not what I meant. I meant BK is too smart. I mean, that maybe he had discussions in his classroom and some of the other students, such as frats, picked up on it and took some advice. Oh, I see what you're saying too, love. Power Pack says a great point, you guys. That's the only evidence we know of, not the only evidence. And you do have a point. And I'm still saying, you bring on the evidence that proves Kohlberger to be wrong, the one beyond reasonable doubt. Okay, you bring that on. And I will come on here and be like, you guys, at least we have justice for the Idaho 4. Okay? Because, and I will have a lot of suspects be like, hey, you guys were sussy. I won't apologize because I still think all of them are sussy. Christy James says, has there been any new info on who the Cowboys really are? Nothing. Nobody even wanted to discuss if they were even there. Prala Queen says, yeah, I call B bleep bleep bleep. I always did. Yusabah says, I think about this. Why the unalivings happened. The cops were right outside the house. Right? Nikki B. Lovely, you say someone with basic phone knowledge could have left their phone set up to take the picture every few minutes, whether they were with it or not. Okay, now you really blew my mind. Nikki, you gave me something to really think on. Like, seriously, that's actually brilliant. You're going to get a gold star, Nikki B. Boom! You get a gold star. You'd have to assume that nobody touches that camera. You'd have to hide it. What about if the car had some sort of GPS in it that also triangulates it, though? We don't know. Like the gentleman or lady just said, we don't know all the evidence. But that is a good point, too. Well, now you got me back at the drawing board, love. Robin Ward says, I just absolutely love it. And Taylor was patient enough for the prosecutor to tell on themselves in their lying ways. I love it. Lisa D, if you set up your phone to auto take photos, it will show that in data. That is true. That is true. It would show it. There you go, Nikki B. There's your answer. That would show on your metadata that it was a pre-programmed time lapse, if you will. Yep, your phone would tell on you on that. Good catch, Lisa. Now we're back on top again. Whew. This is an up and hill case, but I don't know if your mind was blown, but I'll tell you my mind was blown when I'm out playing with Lucky in the grass, waiting on the vet to call, and I'm looking at the beautiful sky, and the universe whispered to me, Skynet mapping. And I was like, OMG, thank you, universe, for blowing my mind. The car had an infotainment system that will tell also polka dots. I hope so. All right, my lovely Luz, it's going to be a short one today. Like I said, I'm a little bit anxious waiting on the vet because I miss my Jackson. He didn't want to go either, and he's getting snipped. And so I'm also spending a lot of time with Lucky today. He's actually sleeping. Night nurse says they might have been the ones that done it. They dressed in black and clad in black in the night. I know who you're talking about. In the unmarked car that makes you go, What the heck? Glenda Henshaw says, we have learned more about cell phones technology and how to cover up a crime. That is true. We are getting wiser. Ah, good point, Sherlock. She says, your phone is either your best alibi or your worst enemy. Angelic Floors, you said Ellie has explained to do whatever done in darkness should come to light. I agree. It's all going to be told. Karen Townsend says, it is all about the metadata. Bam! You get a gold star. Yep. Mickey Mantle, welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say the grub truck guy playing a short clip of, quote, careless whisper to all those assembled is damning. They all knew what was going down, in my opinion. And I add, in my opinion, for legal reasons to protect us guys. Christy James, what breed are your fur babies? I've never seen you mention that. They are Jack Russells. And they are adorable. They are beautiful. They're my babies, Jack and Lucky. Phone might not be with person. Right, but then how does it take pictures? Unless, I don't know. I don't think we have time to fall all the way down the rabbit hole today, but I am going to fall down that rabbit hole. I will throw this out there. No, I won't. I'm going to save it for next time because that will just be overload. Our mind will implode from over data. We have time to process it, and see where it takes us. Robin Ward, give your babies my love and hugs, and you too. My ex sold my sweet dog, my soulmate, also known as Hank, over a year ago. I will never get over that. Oh, Robin Ward. Lord, you just broke my heart, baby. I'm so sorry. I send you my love. Right now, I'll tell you, ain't nobody gonna ever steal my babies. I make sure they're right with me. Jack went to leave. He's just a little Jack Russell. He usually loves people. But he don't like the vet. Because, why? Even though they're very friendly and loving, he just kind of, So, he's all friendly to everybody. And then the technician walks over. Just a cute girl. She's in her 20s. She's just cutest thing. She come over. She's so sweet. She's like, hey, Jack. And he's like, And I'm like, we might want to just get this rolling. Write a note so you can remember to share with us at 1111 True Crime. All right, let me grab my pen, Sassy. I'll make a short. All right, shorts. Boys. Now remember, Jack's going to be wearing that, what I call the hat or the cone. And he ain't going to be in no mood, so it might not be real happy pictures right now. Turn over the cast data. Burl Ives is way past time, says Sherlock. Amen, pass the butter. Christy James, I'm going to email you after this, okay? I would like to send you something for the fur babies. I make custom pet clothes. Christy James, that would be awesome. Y'all, that would be awesome. Hey, Sandra. Willow's mama, hello, lovely, welcome back. You say, try taking a 175-pound Great Dane to the vet that doesn't want to go. Fun, not. No, thank you. I'll take my little, 10-pound or 15-pound Jack Russell. Like, I was afraid he was going to jump out of the car, and I didn't want to put a leash on him till we got to the door. He jumped, and I caught him in midair and just kept walking. He's so light, Yeah. Oh, lucky you guys. He's not been away from his brother except when he got snipped. And so he went through major anxiety for about 3 hours this morning. I felt bad for him, but I've spent all morning with him, like, loving and kind, and I wore him out with throwing the ball, giving him snacks and love. It turned into, the dog channel right now, but that's okay. We can do that. It's all about family, right? And I love sharing with all of you. Hey, free falling love. Taurus 16, how are you? Uzma, how are you? Yeah, so it'll be interesting how I'll do videos. It's gonna be sporadic times because for 10 days it will take Jack to be able to heal, and the first couple days are very, very important. So I will jump on whenever I can if something comes up, but I am gonna lay it as low as possible. But like this blew my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, that is literally a latitude, longitude time stamp for Goldberger. Absolutely brilliant. It is literally undeniable in a scientific way. Like, drop the mic, right? It blew my mind. Sleepless in South Africa. Hello, lovely. Welcome, welcome. NBCZ Network. Hello to you. How are you doing? All right, my loves. With that, you know I love you to the moon and back. And let the universe keep talking. I'm good with it. How about you? Love ya.